All right, well now is the time. We did the apple pie filling. It's time to make the pie crust. And this is, I'm making half of the dough recipe. This is going to be enough for a top and bottom of a pie. So it's 2.5 cups of flour, and it, you know, because it's normally 5 cups. And then we cut it in half. So this should be a tablespoon of salt. It's a teaspoon and a half, right? So I've got my salt and my flour on the board. And now we're gonna cut in the fat. Here we go. Okay, so cutting it in half, it was normally 6 ounces of butter. I've got 3 ounces of butter. And it's normally 11 ounces of shortening. I've got 5.5 ounces of lard. So yeah, I use shortening, but I used, you know, lard. Okay. And here we go. This is the critical step, is to get all of these bits of fat combined with the flour in such a way that it looks like sand. And it's going to make some noise. Probably what I'll do is I'll just mute the video. But let's see. So the trick here is I don't want to work the dough. I don't want to raise the gluten in the flour. I want to keep it as, you know, relaxed as possible. And it's probably going to take about 10 minutes of that. So I'm going to stop the video right now and I'll show it to you in stages. Okay, see how it looks like a coarse gravel? Well, when I'm done, it's going to look like sand. Okay, take a look at it now. See how it's still a little bit coarse, but you see how it's much finer. I'm going to work it a little bit more, and then we're going to incorporate a 1/2 cup of cold water. Imagine all that noise in the house. Okay, so if you look at it, right, it's a little bit clumped, but if you take apart the clumps, right, it's pretty fine. And now I'm going to add 1/2 cup of water and work it in, and it's chilled water. Just going to throw it in there. And you see it's coming out the side. That's okay, because it's all going to get worked in. See how the dough is starting to form? It's coming together. What I don't want to do is knead it. I don't want to touch it too much with my warm fingers because I don't want the butter to melt. So we're going to do something in a second that's going to make it all come together. And we're going to touch it very little. And this is pretty cool what I'm about to do here. Let me pause the video. This next technique, I don't know if I want to show this online or not. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, I don't know. But basically, I'm going to take a little bit of that dough, just like that, in the palm of my hand. See it? And then I'm going to just smear it. Just like that. Just take a little bit of that dough, smear it, and you see how now I've incorporated the shortening with the flour without working it too much. Then we're going to refrigerate this overnight. See that? Isn't that cool? We'll refrigerate this overnight. And then tomorrow is when we're actually going to roll out the pie dough. And this makes a very flaky, luscious pie dough. All right, I'll cut that video for right now. Okay, so after squeezing it all like that, just running it real quick, look at what it looks like, right? It looks like, I don't want to handle it too much. What I'm going to do now is get it into a little ball and wrap it in plastic and get it into the fridge. And then tomorrow is when we roll out the dough to make the pie. Okay, so here it is. I'm going to now put it in the plastic and just form a ball with it. And tomorrow we will roll out pie.